All right, first up, Joe Biden signs immigration orders based on a lax immigration policy. So that's what the Democratic Party wants. The progressives want it. Joe Biden more than happy to have a lax border, lax enforcement of people coming to the United States illegally. Now, he won't use the word illegal. It's irregular migration. It's not illegal aliens anymore. No. It's irregular migration. And this is actually in the executive order. So here it is. Create a task force to reunify families, reunite children who were separated from their parents as they tried to sneak across the border. That's a good thing. No child should be separated from his or her parents ever. And I think that's fine. I'd do the same thing if I were president. The problem is when you reunite them, where do they go? What happens to them? It's not a kid's fault. Parents take them across the border and they're caught, and you can't keep adults and children in the same facility. Now, do you have family housing? Is that what should happen? I can't even tell you. It's so chaotic. And the point is that many of the smugglers use kids, not their own kids, to get into the country. And teenagers are used in human trafficking. So obviously they're not going to be with their parents. They're coming with criminals. And, I'm her uncle. Yeah. So this isn't what it seems. It's not what it seems. It's been propagandized by the dishonest media all day long. Now, the disassociation of the parents and the children started under Barack Obama, big time, because they had so many problems identifying who was a parent and who wasn't. It's not like they come in with birth certificates. That they separated the kids. Most of those kids are treated very humanely, but they're separated. So if the U.S. government can try to figure this out, it is not easy. I'm for that. Secondly, develop a strategy to address irregular migration across the southern border, create a humane asylum system. Okay. But Biden doesn't create any more asylum courts in his executive order. So what do we have? 50,000 people in Mexico waiting to file for asylum claims? We don't have the courts to process that. Can't be done. And that's the ruse. If you get here, if you set foot on our soil and you say, I want asylum, then you get to stay until your case is heard, which is 5 years from now. You see what the ruse is. And Biden has already announced he's going to pathway to citizenship all the undocumented already here. So if you're in Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador and Nicaragua, all those places, I got to get there. I got to get to the USA. Now, the mistake that people who oppose illegal immigration make is that they demonize the actual poor people trying to get a better life. That's not the way we should do this. This is wholly the fault of the federal government. There should be a wall on the southern border. Biden stopped it, okay? There should be deportations quickly. If you want to apply for asylum, you have to go to the U.S. Consul in your own country. All those Central American countries and South American countries have U.S. consuls, offices there in Tegucigalpa or San Salvador. That's where you apply. You don't trek across Mexico, show up in Texas or Arizona or New Mexico, say, I want asylum. No. So all of this could be solved, but the Democratic Party doesn't want to solve it because the more foreign nationals that come into the country, all right, most of them, when they get the power of the vote Democrat. My people did. When my people who were thrown off their land by the British Crown in County Cavan, when the two twin boys arrived from Galway, they were signed up when they were 18 to vote in the Democrat Party. That's the tradition, because the Democrats are the party of entitlement. We'll give you things. Republicans aren't that. Okay? So the more foreign nationals, the more dependent people on the government you can get, the more power you have. And that's what this is all about. Not about humanitarian stuff. If it was about humanitarian stuff, this would be run in a much different way. Not chaos where people die, where coyotes make money, where people are abused. That's not humanitarian. Is there anything that addresses that in Biden's order? No. Okay? Finally, restore faith in our legal immigration system, promote integration of new Americans with a policy of integration and inclusion. More politically correct gibberish. Does Joe Biden know what he signed here? I doubt it. I mean, he's just being given things here. Sign this, Mr. President. Sign that, Mr. President. You think he's writing this stuff? He's not writing this. This is coming from the Obama people who want a flood of foreign nationals in here. Look at California. Look how that state, the largest in the union, has changed. Ronald Reagan was a two-term governor there. Republican conservative Ronald Reagan, two-term governor. Okay? Now, there isn't a Republican Party in the state. What's changed? Immigration. It's right there before anybody's eyes. That's what this is all about. And Biden is more than happy. Come on in. I'm not going to stop anybody. And if you get here, you're going to be an American citizen in 8 years. It's just unbelievable. And when Donald Trump took over as president, there were about 11 million illegals in here. When he left, there were 14.5 million. So with all of the strict measures that the Trump administration took to stop illegal immigration, it increased by about 4 million. And this is according to the Pew Research Center. Okay? Now, that happened because it was a flood. You remember these caravans, and it was organized. All right? Before 2016, it wasn't organized. It was just people coming, and the cartels would help them for money, all of that. But then these groups got involved with hundreds of thousands of dollars, organized people to come on up. So in 2016, according to the Customs and Border Patrol, there are 1,140 apprehensions on the southern border. They caught, okay? 2019, 2,354, okay? This is not in the ports of entry. This is in the countryside. So you could see that there was a surge. Now, the surge fell off once President Trump made the deal with Obrador. Now, remember, I told you that. I was the only one to report it. President Trump told the president of Mexico, we're going to designate the drug cartels as terror organizations. Therefore, we're going to be able to drone them and send special forces in to kill them. Obrador went, no, because the Mexican government is very dependent upon the drug cartels for the economy, for bribes, whatever it may be. So Trump said, okay, but you got to put the Mexican military on your southern border with Guatemala and on our northern border with the USA, which Obrador did. That slowed everything down. Now there's no deal because Trump's not there anymore. Now, as far as asylum is concerned, in 2016, the year Trump took office, there were 115,000 asylum requests, okay? When he left, there were 96,000, actually 97,000. So that went down because you couldn't stay in the United States. Donald Trump sent you to Mexico to wait for the asylum process. So it went down. Now, Biden is going to do away with that. It'll go up. So all in all, what's going to happen, and I tried to get a report on how much money it costs the American taxpayer just to deal with illegal immigration in this country. One organization says 135 billion, another says 54 billion. They don't know. But it is an enormous strain. But what's going to happen is you're going to have a surge of caravans again. You're going to have chaos on the border. That is going to hurt Joe Biden. That and the economy are the two things that could sink him in the midterms in 2022. Mark my words. Well, Joe Biden is going to be president, and we may be in for some economic uncertainty. That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. The only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold. So please call them right now and tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Now, since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold itself up over 40%, silver up over 60%. So don't wait. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.